Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room.
Well, it was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? Send two stop.
Sit right there, 56. Come on, come on.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They're going to look to throw. He'll rifle. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws. But that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Jim.
Hey, ball. Bang.
Win the rep. Let's go right here.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches, but it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
Hey, check.
Alert.
Alert 3, alert 3.
They run for it with Breida. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On first down, here's Breida. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Check. Crunch.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. They run with Breida. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
He's checking.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the foot. Ball back.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Back. Check. He's crazy.
Here's Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. That makes third down a lot more interesting.
It certainly does. How about the example of situational football there and his ability to think the play through? Second and short, not anticipating a passing.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. After the interception, here's Trubisky. He completes this one to Mack. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
7 yards there and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the Saints' 26-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Pick it up, T. You go tight. You got 18. You got tight right there. Hatch it. Shoot.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's Breida. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Trey Boston up to make the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
36, 36.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Hey, watch this, watch this. Watch this.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Now it's Breida. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Delaney Walker, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Jason Myers now for the extra point. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Mostert. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Mostert. Past the 20. 38 yards on the scamper there.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Freeman. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
On the ready.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
6-yard line.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
3rd down.
Come on, set. 15, run. 15, run. Go.
Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Run, go. Safety's creeping.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
25, check 25, check 25.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line.
Ready. 10 Tucson.
Here we go.
Leo.
This is Mostert. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check three.
61, matchbox, lights. Put up.
2nd and 11. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And Gay knocks this one through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play.
There he goes left side, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
They run it with Breida, and he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and 2 more for good measure. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Demario Davis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now it's Trubisky. That's into the hands of Edwards. All the way to the 30. They'll get 34 yards there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Trubisky will throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Check Mike. Watch the safety crease.
This is Breida. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Check 26, check 26.
They run again with Breida. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check 3.
They'll toss it to Breida. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Now it's Trubisky. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. 2nd and 10. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. The 49ers get there. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
18.
Now a give to Breida. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. From the 38, Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Joker.
Check 99. Check 99.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On the handoff, this is Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Me and you all game. All game. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
180. 57. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Now Trubisky to throw. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Geno Atkins in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage. The Niners on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now Trubisky, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Hey, Echo.
They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky, and it is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Saints will have the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
And the Saints 1st down.
Come.
58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike.
Hey, they scared. They scared. Check 3. 2 draw corkers. Jam. Let's go.
Back to throw here. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive line.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Devontae Freeman. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2.
Rock it. Now.
They'll try and run with Freeman. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 times. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Devontae Freeman. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. They'll try and run with Freeman. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
He's checking him.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run on 1st down. Moss. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Here we go. He's crossing.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Back to throw. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
Set, ready? 60 or. Look at me. Door.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Niners, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem.
In the Arizona, better killing them all. Rogue One, but I gotta